to begin with, India has successfully hoisted the first ever G20 summit and was successful in passing off of the New Delhi Declaration with consensus among the member states. And a new permanent member has been included in the G20, and that is the African Union. So this is a great news for each and every Indian, as we have proudly hoisted the first ever G20 summit. So now let's begin with today's session. Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be discussing about Italy to walk out of China's controversial Belt and Road Initiative. So as the G20 summit has just now finished, so the Italian Prime Minister came to attend the G20 summit, and there was this talk about that Italy might be leaving the China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative. So we'll be looking into it. First of all, about the timeline. First we'll be looking at the news, then why Italy wants to leave the Belt and Road Initiative, what are the reasons, BRI amid changing geopolitics around in the last 10 years, then BRI and India, what is Belt and Road Initiative, in the end a prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is international relations, and from exam perspective you should be able to know about India and BRI and what is BRI. So the news says Italy to walk out of China's Belt and Road Initiative, its economic strategic reasons and significance. So China has started in 2013 an ambitious Belt and Road Initiative. So Belt and Road Initiative is a infrastructure connecting link which would be connecting the Asian continent with the African and the Central Asian countries and also the countries of the Europe, and it can be through many infrastructural developments like railways, roadways, ports, etc. So this is how China wanted to expand its power among the countries in the African, European and Asian continents. And India, it does not support BRI, and India is not part of the BRI, but Italy is a country which is a part of the BRI, but now there are talks that Italy wants to come out of the BRI. Now Italy is planning to leave China's Belt and Road Initiative, and among the G7 countries, that is the most developed economies of the world, Italy is the only G7 countries to sign up for the Belt and Road Initiative of China in the year 2019. And apart from Italy, what all other are the G7 countries, that is the US, UK, Canada, France, Germany, Italy and Japan. So China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative is a massive trade and infrastructure network to connect the country with the West in a model based on the ancient Silk Route, and this model can be of two types. First is the ancient Silk Route, that is the land route, and second is the sea route, and that is why it has railways, roadways and development of ports, and majorly it is concentrated in the continent, that is Asia, with from China to basically to the Central Asian countries, then Africa and then Europe. These three are the major continents involved in it. Now why Italy wants to leave the BRI? What are the reasons that the G7 country wants to leave the China's Belt and Road Initiatives? So we knew and we have heard so many times that the economies of the Europe were facing a problem in the last 10 years or in the last decade, especially the countries like Italy, which was even came back from the risk of recession 3 times in the last decade, and then there was Rome, or you can say Greece, which was also on the brink of bankruptcy. So these are the countries, and basically you can say that the southern European countries, they were facing a lot of economic crisis. So Italy at that point of time thought that they can deal up or they can sign up with the China's Belt and Road Initiative, so that they can get a huge sum of money which will be helpful in putting up their economy in the global market, and a lot of FDI would come. This is what the Italy was thinking, but this did not happen. So Italy joined the BRI at a time it was desperate for investment and infrastructure building, because they survived recession in the last 10 years. Because of the recession going on in the country, the economy or the GDP was not growing and unemployment was growing in Italy. But what was happening was the government did not have money to spend on capital expenditure, and that is why they were looking for a huge sum of money from outside, so which can come in their country and which can lift their economy up. So they signed the Belt and Road Initiative of China. Agreement hasn't done much for Italy till now, and the fact says that signing with China's Belt and Road Initiative has not done something very good for Italy, as the fact says that Chinese FDI in Italy dropped to 650 million in year 2019 to just 33 million in the year 2021. So with time, the FDI has decreased. That is, from 2019 it was 650 million, and in the year 2021 it was just 33 million. And China invested far more in non-BRI countries in Europe as compared to Italy, and this is what Italy did not like, that if they have signed on the Belt and Road Initiative with China, then China should be helping them instead of the other non-signatories of the Belt and Road Initiative countries. And Italy's exports to China increased from 14.5 billion euros to 18.5 billion euros. So Italy's export did not rise much. It just increased from 14.5 billion to 18.5 billion. So you can say a 4 billion increase was there in Italy's exports to China, while on the other hand, Chinese exports to Italy expanded from 33.5 billion euros to 50.9 billion euros. So what was happening was that instead Italy was not benefiting, while on the other hand it was China who was benefiting from it, because between China and Italy, China's import in Italy was rising, while Italy's exports in China was not rising. You can see here that Chinese exports were increased from 33.5 billion to 50.9 billion, while Italy's exports was only from 14.5 billion to 18.5 billion. So even the trade deficit was there. China was having huge trade deficit. And there was one more point which Italy was not finding good, and that is that the huge amount of debt they will be accumulating over a period of time, and the massive debt that they will be accumulating over a period of time with China if they will be a part of the Belt and Road Initiative over a period of time. And this is what majority of the countries in Europe and other continents like Africa is also fearful of, because over a long period of time and the amount that, see, China, when we talk about economically, is a manufacturing hub and is the second most largest economy in the world, and they have a lot of capital. So they invest a lot of capital in other countries and they charge it at a rate of interest. While on the other hand, if the country is not able to generate its own revenue, then paying back the debt to China becomes a problem, and the country tends to go into a huge debt that they are not able to pay the principal amount plus the interest kept on increasing. And that is when the Chinese, and that is where the major role comes, that under the BRI, that is the Belt and the Road Initiatives, majority of the countries have been through a major debt with China. Now, BRI amid changing geopolitics, what has been the situation of Belt and Road Initiative over a period of time? So when we talk about Beijing, for Beijing joining of the Italy as it is a G7 country, it was a very good sign for China's BRI, and it was considered to be a diplomatic win for them. And now we are seeing that this year, that is the 2023 year, Italy is signing that they will be coming out of the BRI, and on the other hand, that is Rome or Greece is also signing of coming out of the BRI, and this will be a huge loss for China. And in April, European Union China Comprehensive Agreement on Investment has already collapsed. So April 2022, that is last year, the European Union and China's Comprehensive Agreement on Investment has already collapsed. So we can see this, that Europe and China are not being on very good terms overall. And in the year 2022, Estonia and Latvia has quit the 17+1 agreement. And what is 17+1 agreement? It is China's diplomatic push in Central and Eastern European countries. So Eastern European countries and Central European countries, it is an agreement from which Estonia and Latvia have come out. And then Lithuania had also walked out in the year 2021. So overall, the countries of the European continent, they are breaking ties with China. And the most important reason or the fear is because of the huge amount of credit that China gives, and then the interest at which it gives to them, and over a period of time it becomes such a huge amount that country is not able to pay it back, and that is when the country goes into huge debt with the Chinese. And the Partnership for Global Infrastructure Investment, popularly known as PGII, Partnership for Global Infrastructure Investment, it is considered to be an own initiative of the West for funding infrastructure project across the world, and this is seen or is considered to be a counter to China's BRI, that China talks about building infrastructure through its BRI model. On the other hand, the Western countries are developing Partnership for Global Infrastructure Investment, through which they will also develop infrastructure projects around the world. Now let's talk about BRI and India. Now what is India's relationship with China's Belt and Road Initiative? And this has been a very popular discussion, and we all know that India has not joined China's BRI, and India does not support the Belt and Road Initiative of China. And the reason is that if we talk about India, then under the Belt and Road Initiative, the Chinese mainland from Kashgar will be joined to the Gwadar port of Pakistan through the roadways and railways, and this roadways and rail network, it passes through the regions of India, and India objects to this region. So what is the problem is that BRI passes through Indian territory which is illegally occupied by the Pakistan, and it is popularly considered as the CPEC, that is the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, and it consists of multiple modern highway and railway projects, and this is the region that why India is not part of it, because it does not go well with India's sovereignty also. Now let's talk about what is Belt and Road Initiative. If we talk about in a very layman's term or a very basic term, then the Belt and Road Initiative belongs to the country China. It was started in the year 2013, and it was an ambitious project by China to focus on connectivity and cooperation among multiple countries, which is spread across the continents of Asia, Africa and Europe. So they want to connect the Asia, Africa and Europe through ports, railways, waterways, highways, and BRI spans about 150 countries, and India is not among those countries. And the project involves building networks of roadways, railways, maritime ports, power grids, oil and gas pipelines and associated infrastructure projects. So it is basically that they want to connect to different countries, and China wants their own infrastructure connectivity so that because they are a manufacturing hub, they can export their products easily without any hassle. And the project covers 2 parts, and those 2 parts are Silk Road Economic Belt, and then second is 21st Century Maritime Silk Road. So first, that is Silk Road Economic Belt. It is land based and is expected to connect China with Central Asia, Eastern Europe and Western Europe. So if you will see that this is China, Kazakhstan, Central Asia, then this is through Greece, and Greece is Europe, Moscow is Eurasia, and then to other regions also. And then 21st Century Maritime Silk Road, it is a sea-based connectivity program and is expected to connect China's southern coast to the Mediterranean, Africa, Southeast Asia and Central Asia. You can very clearly see in the map that it is connecting through the sea route, and that is through the ports. Be it the Hambantota port of Sri Lanka or the Gwadar port of Pakistan and many other ports. So it is connecting through all types, that is developing the railway network, roadways network, and what? It is the development of ports also. Now in the end, a prelims MCQ, and this is a PYQ which was asked in the year 2016, and it is an easy PYQ. So you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section, and the question says, Belt and Road Initiative is sometimes mentioned in the news in the context of the affairs of African Union, Brazil, European Union, China. I think this would be one of the most easiest PYQ that you people would find. So tell me the answer, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.